Once, when Charlie was maybe 5 years old, her daddy was making vegetable casserole for dinner. But little Charlie said, "Yucky, Daddy, I don't want that." "Charlie, that's what we're having for dinner tonight. And later, after dinner, we're gonna have cake." "Cake?" "Yes, cake, baby. Fruit cake." "Yay, fruit cake. Ooh, yummy," Charlie said, as her little tail wagged back and forth, and she tried to reach for the cake. But her daddy said, Charlie, no. "Why not?" "Because we can't have cake right now. Why don't you play with your toys before dinner, okay?" "Okay, Dad." And then Charlie went off to play, and she was playing with her ducky train. "Look, Daddy, choo-choo." "Oh, I see, Charlie." "Look, it's my remote control train. Zoom, zoom, zoom." "Easy with that. Remember the last time I tripped over it and got a giant scrape on my leg?" "Oh yeah, I remember, Daddy. I'll be careful, I promise." "Okay, good girl. Want to play horsey?" "Yeah." And then Charlie's dad put her on his back and said, "Where does the little princess want to go?" "This way, horsey." "Okay." And they played horsey for a long time. And Lucifer said, "Oh, I have to go check on the casserole. Okay, baby?" "Okay, Dad." And then Charlie's dad went to go check on the casserole. And Charlie was a little curious about the cake. And her dad was busy. So Charlie decided to go on the other side of the kitchen because their kitchen was huge. And she saw the cake. But before she could take a piece, her dad said, "Charlie." "Yes?" "What are you doing?" "I want a piece of cake, Dad." "Yes, but I told you after dinner." "I want one now. I want some right now," Charlie said. "I want one now, right now." "Shh, young lady, do not use that tone of voice. If you want cake, you have to wait until you're done eating your dinner." "I don't want that disgusting dinner. I want cake." And then she threw herself on the floor and started to kick and scream. "I want cake, Dad. I want cake." And Lucifer said, "Charlie, enough. If you continue, then you're getting a spanking and a timeout." But Charlie was not having it. She continued her temper tantrum until Lucifer had enough. And he said, "That's it. You, young lady, are getting a timeout and a spanking." "Wait, what? No!" And then her horns came out, and she blew fire, and it hit her father. "Ow! That's it. You are getting a timeout and a big spanking." And he grabbed her by her little tail and dragged her to the living room. No, Daddy." "Charlie, we've been through this. If you misbehave, there's a timeout and a consequence. And your consequence right now is to get a spanking." "But I don't want one, Daddy, please." "Well, you live in my house under my rules." And then he grabbed hold of her, and pulled down her pants and... Ow, Papa. "There's no reason to cry. You know the consequences. Now go sit in the corner." "But I don't want to sit in the corner." "Charlie, Go sit in the corner now. But she kept getting out of timeout, and Lucifer kept putting her back into timeout until she finally got the message and sat there for 10 minutes. And then after a while, her dad came back and he said, "Are you ready to be a good girl?" "Yes, Daddy." "Do you know why you were sitting here?" "Because I tried to eat the cake and I was having a temper tantrum. And you told me that we can have cake after dinner." "Exactly, my little princess. Now give me a hug and kiss." Daddy. "I'm sorry I spanked you, okay? Can you forgive me?" "Of course I can forgive you, Daddy. I love you." "I love you too, baby girl. Now, let's go eat a healthy dinner, okay?" "But I want spaghetti." "But we had spaghetti yesterday, come on." And then he sat her down at the table and he said, "Just try a little bit, okay, Charlie?" "But I don't like vegetables, Dad." "Come on, Charlie, I'll feed you. Look, here comes the choo-choo." "Okay." And then she started to take a few bites. She ended up liking it, and she ate the whole thing. "Daddy, can I have more?" "Of course you can, Pumpkin." "Yay," Charlie said, and she began to eat all her food. And she said, "Daddy?" "Yes, baby girl?" "I'm sorry for the way I acted today." "Oh, it's okay, Pumpkin. Everybody has their off days, but we do not show our horns to Daddy, and we do not blow fire in his face, okay?" "Okay." "Alright, that's a good girl." "I think the vegetable casserole went all over you instead of inside of you, baby girl." "It's time for a bath, Charlie." "But I don't want to take a bath." "Charlie?" "Okay." That's a good girl. Come on. "Why do I have to take a bath anyway?" "Because you're covered in vegetables." Come on. "Okay." And then they were walking to the bathroom, and Charlie said, "Daddy?" "Yes?" After bath time, can we have cake?" "Yes, baby, of course. But we had to get you clean first, okay?" "Okay." "Dad?" "Yes?" "I love you." "I love you too, Charlie. No matter what you do, you'll always be my little girl." "Alright, come on. We're in the bathroom now. Let's take off your little shirt and your pants, your little shoes. Yeah, this is a really dirty dress. We have to put it in the washer." "Alright, Charlie, get it." "But we're forgetting something." "And what is that, baby girl?" "Ducky, Ducky." "Oh, okay. Here's Ducky." "Yay. Splash, 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 splash. Splashy, splashy, splashy." Charlie played in the tub while her daddy was washing her hair. And he said, "I love you, my sweet little Charlie." "I love you too, Daddy." And then as she played in the tub, she said, "You know what's my favorite vegetable, Daddy?" "What?" "Asparagus." "Yeah, I like asparagus too." "Daddy?" "Yes?" "You're the best daddy ever." "Oh, I try to be, baby. Here, I got you new ducky PJs. "Thank you." "You're welcome, honey." "Oh, you're so cute, my little ducky. Now let me just brush your hair out." And then they had some cake after dinner. and after a nice warm bath. But later that night, Charlie said, Dad, are you awake? Oh, I am now. What's wrong, baby? I want to sleep with you. Okay. And then he wrapped his wings around his baby girl and said, Sweet dreams, my little Charlie. I love you. I love you too, Dad, with all my heart. Aw, baby, I love you. The end.